wanna see you. I don't wanna hear you tonight.
Hey everyone, welcome back. This one came at the suggestion of a viewer for me to try out. It's been quite a while since this came up, so unfortunately I don't know who to thank for the idea, but I do appreciate it. It's some more Nyx memes, similar to the level camp disruption run with VENATO, except this time it's with the Tenet Grigori, and it's more so meant for just fun and games and basic steel path endurance. This is Reaper Nyx. What better way to deal with enemies than to approach them slowly, menacingly, with your scythe dragging on the ground, sparking in the trails? Oh, you're approaching me? But we can't kick their asses unless we get closer. Get as close as we need to then, and then we'll teleport to show them something personal. This builds off the original level camp flash step VENATO Nyx video. Instead, this time we're playing with Assimilate memes. You're essentially invincible while in your 4, but taking too much damage can drain you out of it. That's why we're using a teleport build to get to enemies faster, and an airburst helmet to cluster enemies up for that juicy teleport. Now why Grigori? Because the second heavy attack it does launches a glaive disc with 1200 base damage that has no follow through stat and hits all enemies grouped evenly while taking normal melee mod scaling. I'm even on an electric Grigori, so you bet those electric procs will be juicy. Truly living up to the Grim Reaper title, dealing death instantly when enemies least expect it. If the enemies are too far away for you to teleport, then you can roll or even void dash around to close the gap. Essentially, this is a meme build for the thematic funsies, but it does pull off decently in base steel pants survival. Let's look at that Nyx build. Would you look at that? An uncommon aura. Swift momentum. It gives extra wind-up speed and combo duration. You can't shoot while you're in Assimilate, so you might as well improve the quality of life. We don't have any damage problems on our build either, so swift momentum actually lets us cap out the 90% heavy attack wind-up cap, and because we aren't on Narumon, adds a little bit more combo duration so it doesn't fully reset. You may be wondering why we need this, since Grigori's attaché system pauses combo counter even when holstered. You can have your epitaph out and still swing your Grigori with Assimilate, but well, this is because you're going to be primarily using heavy attacks on Grigori once everything is built up. And this means you need to be in melee mode, aka no melee holstering, which means no attaché combo pausing. Obviously, we're running Assimilate so that we can continue to move well and absorb and do those teleporting melees. The build has permanently active drain when in year 4, meaning Zeneric's energizing dash won't work. Therefore, we opted for primed flow, equilibrium, and energize to top you back up with energy orbs. Enemies will be hard ragdolled because our helmet is airburst. So your second arcane can be whatever you want, Arcane Strike or Fury. Strike will let you do the pre-wind up a tiny bit faster and build combo a bit more smoothly, but really either works here. We need the two Amar mods, Anguish and Hatred, for the set bonus to allow us to teleport around. The third mod, Amar's Contempt, is a dual dagger mod, so we can't equip it, but 20 meters teleport is nothing to laugh at and pretty comfortable. Fleeting Expertise and Streamline to minimize the drain on Assimilate, and a primed Continuity to counteract the duration penalty. Remember, you can still cast all your other abilities while in Assimilate. Overextended is for that bonus range so we can really pull enemies in with the airburst, as strength isn't that important on this build. Obviously, if you're invulnerable, you won't need Rolling Guard or Shield Gate Augur Brief Respite mods. Now, the Grigori build. It's another Reaping Spiral setup. You'll be grouping enemies all up near you with airbursts, and you have teleporting heavy attacks, so it'll be easy to hit them all with quick sweeps. You'll notice we don't have Reflex Coil on this setup and we're running Focus Energy instead. That's because we are on Zeneric for Inner Might for 60% heavy efficiency, and Focus Energy caps out the 90% with another 40%, while also offering Electric. Normally, you may not want to add Electric on a build because it can screw up elemental weights, but 1, this particular Grigori is already 60% Electric from the Progenitor bonus. 2, the glaive does so much damage that it doesn't really matter what element you deal DPS with, and 3, Electric helps you chain everything in the crowd when you tag them with the glaive, so this is basically an electric heavy Grigori build. Amalgam Organ Shatter is the lone source of heavy windup on this build at 60%, because Swift Momentum also caps that out to 90% with another 30. Primed Fury because range isn't that needed for building combo due to airburst and the main DPS being from the glaive, which will already hit everything when you launch it. Primed Smites for the double dip on glaive bleeds or electric dots, totaling 2.4 times more damage. And Weeping to scale up that status alongside Blood Rush for crits. With Sacrificial Steel and Gladiator Might in the flex slots at 12x combo, Blood Rush pushes you up to 261.2% on the heavy glaive because Sacrificial Steel has double effects. If you wanted to run Avenger or Nyx with Combat Discipline, you'd hit 300% plus crit for only reds. Make sure it's a rank 0 so you don't kill yourself. Weeping puts us at 205.2%, so that's at least 2 status effects per enemy hits. Probably electric. And you probably notice a 26 combo duration here. Like I said, since we're only using the heavy attack, we will have to be in melee mode and unable to holster for the attaché system. The guns today are stat sticks, or CC tools with primer potential when outside of your Assimilate, but they both carry the dexterity weapon arcanes to give me an extra 7.5 seconds each to your Grigori's combo duration. With Swift Momentum active, this is how we come to a total of 26 seconds, which means realistically, it will never expire to burn all stacks. Otherwise, just use a heavy attack to reset the timer to full. Because you can't use primers when you're in your 4, I'm bringing a Panzer. Realistically, you don't even need a primer since Grigori Glaive just does so much damage. But the Panzer serves multiple purposes here. Not only is it just the prime viral, but the viral quills that easily spread and tag the tile all count as pet assists, meaning Synth Deconstruct will constantly proc to spawn health orbs. Synth Fiber will let you pick these up even at full health, converting into energy to sustain Assimilate's drain with Equilibrium. This does work on other companions as well, it's just Viral Quill spreads the most easily for pet assists. Plus, who's gonna complain about free viral procs when you can't actively shoot your primer? The rest of the mods are stock. Martyr to save you from dying if you screw up, Panzer for infinite cat lives, Tech Assault for avoiding fatal hits, Pack Leader, so every Grigori swing and glaive will heal your Kavat up to full, Radar, and Fetch. So how does it work? While you're in your 4, you see enemies. You cast Air Burst somewhere in front of you or close the gap with Rolls or Operator before casting Air Burst. When the enemies are bunched up, you can line up your heavy swing and instantly TP to them with that Amar set on swing. The second swing will launch this super OP glaive that will one-shot everything. Basically, nothing will survive because the TP ensures you hit enemies directly with your Grigori, which has Force Slash on that heavy attack like all Scythes, while also launching the one-shot electric glaive with no follow-through stat. If they somehow live the initial hit, everything will be taking 100k plus electric dots from everything else around it, while also bleeding out from your Scythe. The glaive itself can also proc Slash. I've literally never seen a single enemy survive this so far. It's honestly a hilarious way to helplessly slaughter Steel Path enemies. The only issue? Acolytes, since they're immune to Air Burst. However, this can be fixed with Mega's Lockdown to CC the Acolytes, then you can TP over to them for a double heavy attack. If they don't bleed out from the double slash procs from direct hit and the Grigori glaive, I'd be surprised. Also, I would recommend launching the second heavy attack aim more towards the floor so that the glaive travels towards the bottom and making sure you hit all of the ragdolled enemies. Here's to the Assimilate memes on Nyx, a slight tweak from my Flash Step VENATO Nyx against level cap. If you want to check out that video, well, I'm pretty proud of the capture in it, so make sure to check it out. You can grab it from the description or pinned comment or at the top right here. If this is your first time watching, feel free to leave a like or better yet subscribe. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. 79.5% of you are not subscribed. I'm trying my best to get you new information out always as soon as possible. Like I've done with covering all this new war stuff. Stick around if you want to see interesting memes and builds on a nearly daily basis. I'm going to continue dropping tons more new war content in the future. You don't want to miss out on any of that, do you? And that'll be it for this video. Thank you all for watching and see you all next time.